90% of the world have a production of steel. For that reason, it's the cheapest alloy on the environment in comparison with other non-ferrous alloys, more expensive. The first digit is this. Those are the first digit. This is the main element in the alloy. For example, the plain carbon steels, they start with the number 1 in the first digit because the first component is carbon. The second digit indicates the concentration of the major element in percentage. If the second digit is 1, it's because the percentage of the main component is 1%. If the second digit is 5, it's because the percentage of the first component is 5%. And the last two digits of the series indicate the carbon concentrations in hundreds. The carbon concentration in hundreds. For example, we are going to check this alloy. It's 5130. Indicate 51 is number 5 is because it's chromium. How much percentage of chromium? You remember in our class of intro this picture? In this picture, if you remember, we have the tensile strength. That's the yield point. This is the maximum strength supported by the metal before the metal is broken. Look at iron. It's 200,000 psi before the metal is broken. Before 200,000 psi is the elastic area. This is the highest in comparison with the rest of the metals. What is the second one with high tensile strength? Nickel. For that reason, the alloys of metals with nickel have excellent tensile strength. You remember nibral? The alloy of the propellers is nickel, bronze, and aluminum. That alloy have a tensile strength superior than steel. Yes, the propellers in nibral, they have superior tensile strength than steel. And what is the metal with less tensile strength? Lead, 10,000. Yeah, and this series, the series 32, they have the yield strength 45,000 psi, and the ultimate tensile strength around 85,000 psi. The break point. And the series 36, they have the yield point 51,000 psi and the breaking point 71,000, in between 71 and 90,000 psi. Remember, it's important, if you are a marine technician, keep in your pocket a magnet in order to identify if the bolts, if the hardware used for other subcontractors are appropriated in your boat, in your business. The magnet is a good tool, but I have another tip. Check this video. Like I explained in previous episodes, you can check if an steel is marine grade basically with the magnet. For example, this is a plain steel. It's magnetic. It's a plain steel with high content of carbon. This steel is highly corrosive and is magnetic. This one is a stainless steel with high content of chromium and high content of nickel. This one is not magnetic. One way to verify if the hardware used for subcontractors is appropriated for the marine environment is with the magnet. For that reason, a good engineer have a magnet in your pocket to verify if the hardware used for other contractors is appropriated in your boat. This is with the magnet. But also with the grinder, you can verify if the steel is marine grade. This is a regular steel and this is stainless steel, marine grade. This steel, the regular steel, produces a spark with the grinder. A lot of spark. And this one, the stainless steel, basically nothing. Molybdenum. Molybdenum, when you added molybdenum in nickel steels, improve resistance to pitting corrosion. Pitting corrosion is that corrosion that produce small drills, perforate the material, pitting corrosion. Especially when the metal is exposed to chlorine environments. Chlorine, you remember how catastrophic is chlorine and fluorine? Yes, chlorine perforate the metals. You remember the guys dedicated to the service of pools, they use a lot of chlorine to keep clean the water of the pools. The containers with chlorine destroyed the box of the trucks of those guys. That's not good. Produce pitting corrosion, perforate the metal, perforate the steel of the trucks. The first number, 18, refers to the amount of chromium. And the second one, the amount of nickel. 18.0 is because have a little amount of nickel, 0.75%. 18.0 is also called 430. That's the stainless steel series 430. It's basically pure chromium and a little amount of nickel. The series 400 are magnetic. They are the only series of stainless steel marine grade with magnetic properties, the series 400. And other common alloys for marine application is the 316. The content of molybdenum is in between 2 and 3%. The 409 is excellent for high temperatures. It's used in the fabrication of exhaust pipes, especially for diesel engines. And the 410 is for areas where the corrosive environment is not too high. For that reason, this is very common in marine application.